welcome back to the channel. Metal Marty Mac back with another video. This time guys I'm trying to do a response video to Scott and Liam the Death Doom Metalhead and Mickey. Mickey started off this with a top 25 list of his top favourite 25 metal and hard rock songs. So I seen that a few weeks ago, Mickey, and I instantly said, yeah, I'd like to do something like that. Scott done his recently. So yeah, got my head together for the last few weeks trying to pick songs, top songs that I really like, that are always my favourite songs for over the years. This is the hardest video I've ever done on YouTube yet. We did 25 albums at some stage before. It was a tough one as well, but this is even tougher with songs. So when I started doing this, this ended up being sort of my journey through metal for some strange reason. When I picked out the songs, I've rewrote this list out hundreds of times during the week. You know, kept taking songs off, putting other songs on instead. So when I ended up picking songs, favorite songs of mine, songs I put it in my head like it was if I had to do a compilation CD of songs that I like to give to someone to show what type of rock and metal I've been into and that sort of thing. So it started out as a journey. There was a couple of, I'm just looking at my list here, there's a couple of tracks from the 70s. Majority of them is from the 80s. There's a couple from the 90s, and there's only about 4 from the 2000s. Now this stuff is, you know all the stuff, you know all the albums, all the songs, but they're just sort of songs that stuck with me and they're my favourites. They're my go-to songs from these bands. If I had to listen to any of the songs, these are the songs I'd go to. So this was a tough list. It didn't turn out probably the way I wanted it. There's not a lot of really hard metal on it or modern day metal on it. It's mostly old school stuff, but I'm just going to do the video on you. Just have the stuff out, I might as well do it. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of stuff, so I'm going to do it quickly. I'm going to just say a few words about each song or that. So yeah, let's get going. Back in the 70s first. Yeah, as I said, this was a journey. I started listening to metal in the early to mid 80s when I would have been 9, 10. My brother was 6 years older than me, so he was the big metalhead in the house. So we listened to all the classic new wave British heavy metal like Old Maiden and Saxon, and we were big into Priest and who else? I'm looking at my list: Rainbow, Purple, Sabbath, all that sort of stuff. So any influence came from him, okay, I've got a few cassettes to show you first. So the first track that I picked that came to mind straight away when I was thinking of bands that I liked and old bands was Rainbow. So this is from 1979. I do have a list here of the dates just in case I get it fucked up. So 1979. So Graham Bonnet on this fucking fantastic album. This is my first introduction to Rainbow. I remember my brother getting this for Christmas. The record was in the house, and I always loved the cover, the kind of Superman look to the cover, and the intro to this song is a bit of kind of a Superman touch to it too. So the song I picked of this, man, is my absolute favourite Rainbow song is Eyes of the World. I know you can't see it there, but yeah, Eyes of the World, what a great song, great fucking synth intro, and then it just fucking kicks in, and it's very dramatic. It's great. Graham Bonnet sounds fucking amazing on it. So Rainbow is my first song on that. Another one from 1977, was it? Yeah, Kiss, Love Gun, my absolute favourite Kiss song. I'm going to turn that sideways. My absolute favourite Kiss song, first song on side 2. Absolutely love it. I like some Kiss. I have lots of Kiss cassettes recently, obviously you've probably seen the videos. But yeah, this album here, like, there's only a couple of songs on it that I really care for. Christine, 16, Hooligan, Shock Me, Plastic Cast Up. But Love Gun, always been my favourite track of Kiss. I love that song. Okay, still in the 70s, a bit of Deep Purple. This is the first CD, it wasn't a CD back then. This is the first tape I actually ever bought myself, but this is obviously not tape, so this is Deep Purple in rock. Absolutely amazing album, 1970, fantastic stuff. My favourite song on this is Living Wreck. Fucking Ian Pace's drums in it are just fucking outrageous, and when I was a kid listening to this, man, it blew me away. Flight of the Rat, everything on this album is amazing. But yeah, Living Wreck, great song. Ian Gillan sounds fucking awesome on it. Deep Purple sound amazing on that album. It's a classic. Next up, one of my favourite bands, one of everybody's favourite bands. As I said, these are all classic bands that you know. So this is Black Sabbath, Paranoid, the second album. Fucking killer album. Favourite album of theirs, hands down. And speaking of hands, my favourite song of Black Sabbath is Hand of Doom. Absolutely love it. It's like 2 songs in one. You got your slow start bit in it, and then it kicks in with some big chunky riffs, and Ozzy's vocals just sound amazing on it. And Bill Ward, fucking genius that he is. So Hand of Doom, another one, classic. These are in no particular order. Yeah, I'm actually doing them in chronological order because I didn't know how to do it. I wanted to mix it up, put in some of the 90s stuff with all that, and I said, do you know what, fuck it, these are just to put layout in the 80s and 70s, 80s and 90s and 2000s, blah blah blah. Okay, that's the 70s done, you'll be glad to hear. Okay, jumping on to the 80s, a massive track for me in 1985. It was in the charts. Phil Lynott from Tin Lizzy, Gary Moore from Gary Moore Band and Tin Lizzy and other stuff he's done, the solo stuff. So Gary Moore for Run to Cover, I absolutely love this album, and standout track for me of Gary Moore has always been Out in the Fields for Side 2. Fucking amazing collab with Phil Lynott. Absolutely love that song. It's about the troubles in the north, in Northern Ireland, and what an amazing song. It's one of my favourite guitar solos ever of any song is in that song. It's fucking brilliant. So Out in the Fields, Gary Moore, fucking awesome. Next up we have a little bit of Metal Church. So Metal Church, not David Wayne Mira. This is unfortunately Mike Howie, who we lost there last year, I think it was. So this is absolute classic track, classic band. Could have picked that one from their first album, maybe even The Dark Even. They're all amazing tracks that I love. But absolutely love Fake Healer, first song on the album. I couldn't even see it there, I'm fucking blind. So yeah, Fake Healer, the first song on the album. There was a remix done with Todd La Torre a few years ago there, but absolutely killer heavy metal song. Brilliant riffs and brilliant vocals, and it's a classic track. Okay, going back a little bit further, maybe 1985, is it? Look at my list. 1987, Dokken. This is Back for the Attack. This could be the fourth album, is it? Yeah, fourth album. Under Lock and Key was a massive album in our house. It's the only album we had at Dokken for years. We didn't know anything about them because you're very limited what you could get where we were growing up. But Back for the Attack, first song, Kiss of Death, the opening riff, the whole fucking song. George Lynch, man, he's an amazing guitar player, and that song just stands out for me. It's a tune wedgie for me. Kiss of Death, absolutely love it. That's another one from the 80s. I'm going to stick with the vinyl for a minute. I have a CD or two from the 80s as well. Another huge band, David Coverdale, was massive for me when I was growing up. Slided in one of my favourite, if not my favourite, Whitesnake album, and absolutely love Ain't No Stranger. Such a cool song. Absolutely love it. Coverdale and the band are amazing on this. Fantastic. What can I say? Just absolutely love that song. So yeah, as I said, this would be a good compilation tape if we put it together. Well, for me, anyway, it would. Okay, let's just jump onto a CD just for a change. Okay, so we got a bit of Manowar. Okay, I know people love to hate Manowar or love-hate relationship with Manowar, but from Fighting the World, I picked Black Wind, Fire and Steel. Absolutely massive track for me. When what year was Manowar? I have to look down. 1987 too. So I was 14, and my brother was in a kind of a band, well, kind of a rehearsal band sort of thing, and we always had this Manowar song on. It was the only Manowar song we had. I think when we picked it up, probably the Rock Show or something. But Black Wind, Fire and Steel, what a great song. Love the ending too. It's big fucking Eric Adams, big whatever, big roar at the end. It goes on forever. I think it's never going to end. So classic track as well. Also from the 80s, one of my favourite bands, band we all know, Sirens. Title track of this album is just fucking awesome. When you're a kid and you're hearing the Sirens, would have been around the same year, was it? I can't see it on my list. Fucking blind. 1983. So I don't know what year I would have heard this in. It would have been probably the mid 80s. But yeah, it's always stood out for me. Sirens, the riff in it. You'll probably notice a lot of riffs in these songs that are catchy, but that's what catches our attention. Also from 1981. Slightly different, not exactly metal, but aforementioned singer. I mentioned him in the Rainbow earlier on. So Graham Bonnet, this is one of my all-time favourite songs. So it's Graham Bonnet, Night Games, from the album lineup. Great musicians on this: Cozy Powell, Mick Moody, John Lord's on this as well. The great John Lord. But Night Games, absolutely love that song. It's a cracking tune. If you haven't heard it, it's sort of poppy rocky sort of stuff. It's not exactly heavy metal, but it's great. Graham Bonnet is an amazing singer, as I've already said. Okay, keep going with the 80s. Bit of Epic Doom. It's the first of the two Epic Doom songs in the 80s bundle. So this is Trouble, and this is Psalm 9, and this is the Tempter, first song on the album. What an amazing opening to that song. What an amazing riff. It's just fantastic. I would have heard Trouble after Candlemas. Candlemas would be my favourite Epic Doom band, but I would have heard this after it, and I think we had the Skull and Psalm 9 double CD pack or some shit like that. But the Tempter, what, and a classic song, classic written all over. Okay, there's not going to be a favourite song list without a Metallica song, so from Master of Puppets, I had to pick something from Metallica, so I picked Puppets. Classic album, my favourite song on this album, my favourite thrash songs ever, so the riffs are amazing, is Disposable Heroes. First song on side 2 seems to be very popular for these tracks, but Disposable Heroes, absolutely killer track, fucking fit on any list. It's amazing, some great riffs in it. I'm just trying to stretch over here and I get these vinyls everywhere. Okay, up next we have another classic from 1986, our introduction to Jason Newsted. As I say, you're going to know all these albums anyway, but classic tracks on these. First songs always come to mind, and I picked on Doomsday for the Deceiver on this. It's just an amazing song. All the trash bands were doing the intros then, the slow acoustic sort of intros with the build-ups and all that, and Eric AK's vocals on it. These are fantastic, and it's just a fucking absolutely killer track. Love it. Don't know where we are in this 25, but there is 25, trust me, I've counted out a fucking dose of times. No particular favourites, I'm just mixing them all up, as I say, with the dates. So, another bit of epic doom metal. Nightfall, Savage. I know Mickey had Samaritan on his list, which is absolutely killer song. It's my favourite Candlemas album, but I went for that At the Gallows End. Once again, because of the riff that's in it is just fucking awesome. Candlemas have a way of doing that, just nice slow builds and then just hitting you with a fucking humongous riff, and At the Gallows End is no exception. Fantastic stuff. Okay, up next, still in the 80s, bit of Iron Maiden, my favourite Iron Maiden song, hands down. Love all the Iron Maiden stuff, the older stuff, but so what year, I should know what year this was 1986 too, so this is Summer in Time, and Wasted Years is the most fucking jolliest, hypiest, bounciest song ever of Iron Maiden. You just want to run around the house when you hear it, like whatever you have to do in the house, you just want to run around doing it. It's just that sort of a song. It's a really pick me up song. It's fucking awesome. Everything sounds brilliant, and the drums sound amazing, and everything just sounds brilliant. And yeah, Iron Maiden, Wasted Years, fucking classic. Next up, Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry, fucking another great album by Twisted Sister. 1984 song I absolutely love. My favourite Twisted Sister song, hands down, is The Price, second song on side 2 on this. I just loved it because I loved all the We're Not Gonna Take It and all that other fucking glammy fucking, I don't know, rebel-y kind of stuff. And then when I heard The Price, I thought, geez, these guys are actually can play seriously. Bit of a ballad, Price, but it's fantastic. Dee Snider sounds killer on it, brilliant song. So The Price is just, yeah. You got Born in Hell on this as well, and Captain Howdy, all that's great. But I just thought I Want to Rock, that sort of thing. But I thought The Price was just a bit more serious for them, and they actually sound better when they're serious. So great album. Still in the 80s, still a good few to go. I better hurry up. Okay, 80s. Merciful Fate. You can't go past the 80s without some Merciful Fate. Old school King Diamond. Evil, first song on the album. Brilliant killer song. Metallica did a great cover of it, but it's just fucking brilliant. It's iconic. It's my favourite Merciful Fate song, and I absolutely love it. Now we are in the 90s. Yes, we're nearly there. Massive band for me, still are. When I heard Images and Words, it was just blown away. So first track I ever heard of this band is this song, and it's still my favourite song of theirs. It's Pull Me Under by Dream Theater. This is the 12-inch with Metropolis Part 1. on it. Is it part 1? Yeah. And absolutely love Dream Theater. The Images Words still my favorite album. It's their second album, but this song is just fucking killer. This 12-inch sounds so good. But yeah, Dream Theater, brilliant. Next up, one of the best fucking heavy metal albums, I've always said this, that I know of from the 90s. So this is Armored Saint, Symbol of Salvation. Last Train Home, what a song. What a video. Just brings back so many good memories of the 90s. Headbangers Ball watching that. John Bush and the boys are just fantastic on this. Love their early stuff, but this, to me, this is their piece. Is that the word? Piece. In the piece. Okay, yeah, brilliant. Last Train Home, third song on that album is fucking killer. We're still in the 90s. Well, had to pick something a bit more extreme. There's no death metal or anything really mad trash in this list. There's no actually trash in this list or anything. It's very hard to pick modern songs. There's just so much of it, and I just came to revert back to the older stuff the whole time. But from 1993, from one of my favourite albums, from Heartwork, what's it called? Buried Dreams. First song is absolutely amazing. I love it. It's so catchy. It's the first Carcass song that always comes into my head, and I absolutely love it. And it's a great gateway song to Carcass for anybody who doesn't know Carcass, which you all do, but I think it's just absolutely fantastic, and it sounded great live there a couple weeks ago. Okay, holy god, we're in 2000s. We've got 4 more songs to give you. Okay, from Finland, Power Metal. This is the 4th or 5th album, I'd say, but to me, it's very hard to pick modern day 2000 songs that really stand out for me, and these 4 songs actually came straight to my mind, so they're obviously classics in my head. They're not classics, but brilliant songs in my head. So this is a bit of Sonata Arctica, Reckoning Night. First song on this album is Misplaced. If you don't know Sonata Arctica, but you're into power metal, heavy metal, European heavy metal, power metal, and you don't know them well or at all, listen to Misplaced. It's just a fantastic, catchy song, just brilliant. Tony Krako's vocals in it are brilliant. They're a great band. I absolutely love them, but Misplaced is definitely my favourite song of theirs. It's the most catchiest song they have. I absolutely love it. Okay, so more Epic Doom. A bit of a trend going in my modern day stuff, but this is probably the most recent. Let me see what you did. This is 2015. I've championed this band, this song loads of times, and it's always going to be in any best of lists of songs for me from now on. So this is Prayers for a King by Swedish Epic Doom band Sorcerer, from In the Shadow of the Inverted Cross. Such a great song. I've mentioned it loads of times in my video, but I absolutely love the song. It's killer. The vocals in it are flipping awesome, and just an amazing song. Sorry if I'm rushing through these, but 25 is a lot, and this was a hard list to do. So 2 songs to go. From the UK, bit of prog metal. Absolutely amazing band. Of a new album coming out soon. So this is Threshold, and this Subsurface. So first song on this, Mission Profile. I know a few of you that are into Threshold, but anybody that's not, just listen to Mission Profile, and if you like prog metal, you will absolutely love this album, and this song is brilliant. Mission Profile, my favourite Threshold song, brilliant. And last in this list, or this, I'm afraid to even look at the time, see how long this fucking video is, but a band that I just got introduced to on this album. What year was this? 2005. Accidentally got introduced to this band. They had a good few death metal ones out, but then this was more kind of prog death metal, excuse me. But anyway, Ghost Reveries, Opeth. My favourite Opeth song from all their discography is Reverie, Harlequin Forest. To me, it's just a really standout track. You sort of get the best of Opeth with the soft stuff, with the death metal growls. Very progressive, very, very brilliant. It's absolutely killer track. So yeah, I'm gonna end up with Opeth. So yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. It was a tough one to make. I'm happy with it, but I probably could, if I spent a few more weeks on it, I probably would have changed it 100 different times. Like I said, there's not a lot of modern stuff on it. It was very hard to get standout modern. So maybe I'll do a 25 of modern metal ones. I know there was a lot of 80s and 70s stuff there that I was growing up with and that are really stuck in my head since. But yeah, I might do a modern one a modern day metal 25 list. Very hard list to do, but hopefully some more of you guys do it. If you haven't seen Mickey's or Scott's or who's it, Liam's videos, just get on there and check out their stuff. There's some brilliant stuff on there. It's like, you know, just I like videos like this. The memories going and you're remembering stuff from, well, obviously mine from years ago. But yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, and I will chat to you all soon. Cheers. Thanks. Bye.